Why can't I draw or paint as good as what I see inside my head? The vast majority of creative people deal with this on a regular basis, and chances are you've dealt with it too. Today we're going to talk about why it happens and why you shouldn't worry so much about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Art by Galen. I'm Galen Eilenfeld. Even though most of us think otherwise, it's a thought that almost all of us suffer from at one point or another. Depending on who you are and how you deal with things, it can have a variety of effects on us. It can be as little as a mild annoyance, or it can be as extreme as something that completely cripples your creative process. I'm sure there are exceptions out there, but in my experience, the only serious artists out there that say they don't deal with this on a regular basis, they were either trying to give the impression to other people that they're better than they are, or like they had some sort of secret weapon that allowed them to not have to deal with that. Or they were just so full of themselves that they couldn't even see the flaws in their own work. So why can't I draw what I see in my head? Why does this happen? One reason it can happen is that we're not fully accustomed to our medium. We need to know a medium's potential as well as its limitations before we can execute our best work with that medium. Some mediums are better at expressing certain visuals than others, so it's up to us to take the time to learn what mediums are best for us to express what it is that we're trying to say. Another big reason that it happens is if we're not technically skilled enough to execute the work that we see in our head. For instance, if I want to draw a character with no reference or anything, I need to study anatomy to make sure my character is built correctly. I need to study perspective to make sure that I put them in the scene in a believable way. I'm also going to need to study lighting and color and value and all of those things in order to create a believable scene. Same thing applies if you want to paint animals, architecture, portraits, fantasy, comic art, game illustration, whatever it is you want to do. No matter what it is, you need to hone those fundamental skills. If we haven't done that, then we're more prone to having a bigger gap between what we see in our head and what we can do with our hands. And this isn't limited to just visual art either. It can be applied to music, to writing, to photographers, video makers, pretty much any creative process that there is. We all suffer from this at some point or another. Our inner vision will always be better than what we can physically execute. And the key thing here is that never really changes. We can work hard to close the gap between what our mind's eye sees and what our hands can actually do, but our inner vision will always improve right along with our technical skill. That's the thing you want to keep in mind. While it can be frustrating, it's actually a great thing. It gives us a dynamic goal. We can use it to constantly set higher goals for ourselves as our vision improves. And you can also use it as a sort of reassurance that you're always going to have a goal, because there is no ultimate finish line with art. There is no I've learned everything and I'm done. No matter what you're doing, there's always going to be room for improvement. No matter how good you are, no matter your medium, no matter how long you've been a professional or whatever, there's always going to be room for improvement. Once we come to terms with that, we can learn to love the process of creating our work. And then we begin to not care so much about what the actual outcome is and just enjoy ourselves with the creative process itself. And, with each piece, we know we'll improve. We know that the more we do, the better we're going to get. And while we may never fully achieve what the inner vision is, we know that we can strive to keep pushing towards that. So try to comfort yourself and restructure the way that you look at your art journey. Learn to love the process of what you do. That's the important thing. That's honestly what keeps us going anyways. I don't know many artists that their craft hasn't made them miserable at least once or twice in their life. But for some reason we keep going, and that's that drive, that's that love for the process itself. There's nothing quite like that first pencil stroke or that first brush stroke on a canvas, that first line that has a huge potential of what it could become. There's nothing that can compare to that. Being honest with yourself and putting in the hard work and effort will take you a long way with your art. So keep pushing. Learn everything you can about your craft. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic, so share your experiences in the comments down below. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more art content. As always, I'm appreciative of all of you who hang out and watch these videos. All of you that watch my content are extremely important to me, and I'm very thankful for you. So until next time, take care. Some mediums are better at expressing I need to study anatomy to make sure my character is built correctly. I need to stutter. Yes, I do that a lot, actually, during these films.